Hello, iHeart listener. We have a confession to make. Both iHeart and this commercial you're listening to right now would probably sound a heck of a lot better on the new Roku Pro Series TV. It's got side-firing speakers that fill your room with sound, Dolby Atmos audio that puts you right in the middle of the entertainment, and the ability to pair seamlessly with your home theater sound systems that already have surround sound and booming bass. If all that sounds too good to be true, it'll sound even better on the new Roku Pro Series. Your hearing isn't better, your TV is.
We've all done it. You see a headline but don't have time to read the whole story, or there's so much news you're not sure what is worth your time. I'm Colby Ickowitz, co-host of Post Reports, the weekday afternoon podcast from The Washington Post. Post Reports brings you what's relevant and revealing. Breaking stories, politics, wellness, culture. Each episode goes beyond a headline for the context you need. Find Post Reports now, wherever you're listening.
I'm Rodney Williams.
And I'm Travis Holloway. Welcome to the Wealth Break Podcast, a real conversation about finance.
Let's be honest. Building wealth doesn't look the same for everyone.
I feel like sometimes being broke is a cycle and that we might have to revisit that.
And we're not stopping at success stories.
What happens when it doesn't go right? How do you cope with it?
Because wealth isn't just about money. It's about creating a life where you thrive and help others do the same.
Listen to the Wealth Break Podcast on the iHeartRadio app.
Just saw Justin Timberlake canceled his concert last night because he had the flu. Flu's going around. Phone number is 877-937-1047. What up, Ron?
Hey, John Jay and guys. So I kind of need some advice from you guys because I've got a baby shower to go to tomorrow. And the wife I'm a big fan of. My wife's a big friend of hers, and she's great. Known her for a while. Her husband, though, on the other hand, is just kind of a jerk who I've given enough chances, I feel like, to where we've tried hanging out separately, just me and him, whenever we go to things. And he's just like someone who you don't vibe with, you know? And, like, he just says things sometimes where I'm like, all right, whatever. I let things roll off my back. But he's just always saying something that I'm just like, all right, that's kind of offensive, or, like, that's just crazy off the wall. And I'm just not a fan of it. But the baby shower's tomorrow, and I really don't want to go because I just don't like him at all. I really don't want to go. But we kind of got to go for her, I feel like. So I don't know. I'm just kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place of being like, do I be supportive for her because the wife's a great friend of ours and it's for, her baby too? Or it's like, I don't want to cast that out or loop her in just because of like his like kind of crappy personality.
It's like he answered it. You answered your whole thing, right?
I know.
I mean, you know the right answer.
Yeah. It's like you're looking for us to say, yeah, just don't go, but you got to go.
Oh,
really? But it stinks because, like, the guys are always stuck with the guys.
Yeah.
It's like you're not going to be hanging out with, like, your wife you like and the mom-to-be that you like. You're going to be stuck with him. But also, like, if you don't go, that's lame to your own wife. Like, she wants you there with her. And it's like you're showing support.
I feel totally different. I feel like you don't have to go. Like, I feel like, first of all, baby showers are like a girly thing for the first.
Not a couple's baby shower.
Like
that's the problem.
Full disclosure, I think couple's baby shower. I wouldn't do one. In my personal opinion, I don't want any men at my
but if
baby
you
shower.
were invited to one, you would want Kadeem to go with you, I would think.
You know what? If Kadeem didn't like the guy, I would be like, you don't have to go. If I'm being like completely transparent, and also though, Kadeem wouldn't go. If he didn't like the guy, he would be like, why would you want to put me in a space like that? Like, literally, like, that's just full transparency in our relationship.
But you know what I think? I think that has to do with you not being married. You're not married, so I don't think you understand.
My mom and dad didn't go. My mom and dad didn't go anywhere together up until probably the last 3 years. They're celebrating their 30th wedding anniversary.
I think it's different when you have if she wants you to go. Like the situation that he's in is that she wants him to go.
Your wife wants you to go, but she knows you don't like the dad.
Oh, wait, I missed that.
Right.
If the wife wants you to go, then you got to go for like 30 minutes, and then you can leave.
Oh yeah, can you drive separate and say hello and then peace out early?
Go ahead, Ron.
Well, that's what I was thinking of doing, and because my wife said the same thing. She's not the biggest fan of him either, but it's like, hey, like if we loop her into it, though, it's kind of us drawing a line of the bridge of saying, or a line in the sand saying, like, hey, we're not friends with you guys, but
right.
I don't want it to be like that. I just don't want to be around him.
There you go.
I don't care.
Drive separate.
I don't lose sleep over him.
Drive separate, be seen, get in, get out, and then you've done your part.
Can't leave. You got to stay. You just got to suck it up. There's a guy that is in my circle occasionally, and I cannot stand talking to this guy. He makes me so uncomfortable, and every once in a while, if there's a wedding or something like that, he's there, and somehow I always end up talking to this guy, and I can't handle it. So what I do is I just go to the bathroom, and I go to the bathroom until he finds someone else to talk to. And then I walk, and if I'm outside, everyone's having the cocktails and talking, and he somehow makes his way over, I go back to the bathroom again. And then I reset. Just reset. And you do it the whole time, and that way you're there for your wife, and that way she knows you were there, and you can tell her, God, that freaking guy bothers me. But you were there for her, in my opinion.
Yeah. No, I agree, because I guess the hardest part is that I think he thinks we're buddies, and it's like,
exactly.
I don't know where he got
the worst.
that from.
Exactly. The worst is when you're out of town, and they're in the same town you're on, like on vacation. They're like, let's get together for dinner. Like, no.
Whoa, hey.
Don't go to dinner when you're here. Yeah.
We don't eat on vacation.
Yeah. Good luck, Ron.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
You got it, Ron. That's a tough one, man. By the way, tomorrow is March, right? So today is February. And Google released the top who, what, where, when, why questions that we Googled in February. The top 5 questions. Number 5, why was Taylor booed? Some fans booed at the Super Bowl when they showed her on the Jumbotron. And all these people Googled, why did she get booed? And most, do you know why? There's a reason most people...
there was a reason
there was
online?
a reason.
No, because they're Philly fans, I'm
Most
guessing.
chalked it up to politics. The fact that she's dating Chiefs player and overall Taylor fatigue. Another thing was, how tall is Kendrick Lamar? That was Googled. You guys know how tall he is?
Probably like 5'5", 5'6".
5'5", 5'6". Drake is 6 feet tall. That was also how tall. Where to watch the Grammys? 15.4 million people watched CBS, down 9% from 2024, but a lot of people watch it on CBS.com and Paramount.com. Another question Googled in February, when will PlayStation servers be back up? Remember, they were down for 24 hours, February 7th and 8th, and gamers couldn't game. What time does the Super Bowl start? And the number one question Googled in February is, who won Album of the Year? Beyonce won Grammy for Cowboy Carter. It's the first time she's won Album of the Year. She also won Best Country Album, which was a big old debate. Which now brings me to television. Let's get into television. I'd like to hear about the documentary you started watching, Kyle, and I'm going to tell you about a show I started watching yesterday.
Oh, I started and finished it. I watched the Matthew Perry documentary.
And where is that on?
It's on Peacock, which I just recently discovered I had. So it was actually really sad and really fascinating because they broke down like the people that were involved in Matthew Perry's death, specifically his live-in assistant and the doctors that were providing ketamine. And he had like 27 shots of ketamine the day or the week that he died, which is insane amounts. Like he wasn't getting enough from the doctor that was supplying to it. So he went to someone called the Ketamine Queen, who I guess is very famous for supplying ketamine to like celebrities and stuff like that. And they went over. There's a couple of the doctors involved that pled guilty, 2 of them that didn't, that say they didn't really have anything to do with his death. And it was a pretty fascinating documentary. And then I started watching season 3 of Full Swing this morning. It's like the golf.
Oh, yeah.
The golf documentary.
That was actually good.
This season is following Rory McIlroy, Scotty Scheffler, and it goes over those are 2 super famous golfers who had big scandals this year or this past year. And one, Scotty Scheffler got arrested and everyone was like, what? Yeah. And then Rory McIlroy had like a sort of a dating scandal. Like he's married, but he had filed for divorce, and there was all these rumors that he was hooking up with one of the, like, I don't know, the people that broadcast women who always is like on all the tours. That was never confirmed or denied, but they kind of glazed over that.
But let me ask you this though, on that documentary, those are like the cameras are following them already, and then the scandal happens in the middle of it, right? So the Scheffler thing, when they filmed it when he got pulled over.
Yes,
and stuff?
and one of the cops was like, "I don't care what you're doing right now. He's going to jail."
Oh no! Wow,
yeah.
That was such a scandal.
I know.
There's some juice there.
Yeah,
what
and
about
it's
the
funny
Rory
because I
thing?
turned it on and I was like, I'll probably watch an episode and then I'll go watch some more Dexter. And I was so fascinated. I watched 3 episodes of it.
Wow, but the Rory thing, they
really glaze over it. Rory's really super private, so he didn't share a whole lot other than he likes to keep things private in his life. And once he got past it, because he ended up calling off the divorce with his wife, and he was like, getting past it was definitely a good thing.
Oh, so he's back with his wife then?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, so let me tell you what I started watching. First of all, I brought up this show before. Every person I've talked to that has watched this show starts binging it, and they can't stop watching it. I have not heard one person say one bad thing about it. It is Paradise on Hulu. I recommend you guys watch it.
Okay, so tell us, what is it about? Because you keep saying you like it, but I don't know what the show is.
It's kind of hard to describe it without spoiler alert. It is a little bit in the future, not that far in the future. I mean, it could be 6 months in the future. It's a billionaire, like a female Elon Musk, and she gets tied into politics, and they build, the world's going to end, and they build like a city or a country in the mountains in Colorado Springs. Now, that sounds far-fetched, but in this story, the president is murdered, and its Secret Service agent is trying to solve the murder. Meanwhile, there's flashbacks to how the world ended, and so, but it sounds way futuristic, but it's not. It's not. It's so fascinating.
And Randall's in it from This Is Us.
Randall from This Is Us, and then James Marsden is in it. He's the president. There's all these celebrities in it that you know. You go, oh my God, that's so and so, but I can't remember their names. Then I started watching Running Point. Have you seen Running Point yet?
No. What's that on?
Peyton, you're gonna love
The
this.
basketball girl.
Oh, that's Netflix.
Jeannie
I
Buss.
saw that.
I saw the thing. I saw that it was coming out, but it says, what is it?
It's
Tell me.
Jeannie Buss, who's the daughter of Jerry Buss, who owned the Lakers. And it's all the Los Angeles Lakers. But for some reason, they don't call them the Lakers. They call them the Los Angeles Waves.
What's Kate
is what
Hudson?
they're called. Kate Hudson plays Jeannie Buss.
I saw the preview.
Jeannie Buss is the producer of the show.
Oh, it's not a documentary?
It's a comedy. It's like her brother is the guy that was married to Jennifer Aniston after Brad Pitt.
Justin Theroux, and he's a brother who's a crackhead, gets in a car accident smoking crack. He loves crack. He talks about how much he loves. It's like a weird, bizarre comedy that's a little off. And then he makes her the boss of the Lakers, and now she's the one that knows basketball. And she's like, why don't we do this? Why don't we do that? So what you're doing when you're watching it is because it's all real.
So it's based off of a true story?
Yeah, and I heard she has a great sense of humor. And she talks about, I posed for Playboy in 2011. I kind of went a little crazy, and I knew everything about basketball, but my dad never trusted me. I knew everything.
But the show is like a sitcom. It's just like based on her actual.
Yeah,
okay.
And it's really, really interesting. Like there's a player that's a jerk, and she's going to trade him or she's not going to trade him. But she falls her first day walking onto the court, and everyone's watching her, and she tripped. A player hits her, falls into the stands. I mean,
that probably all happened to her.
That's the thing. It's kind of like a Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah.
But it's Kate Hudson who won an Academy Award, and there's tons of famous people in there too.
I kind of love a show focusing on like boss women in a male-dominated industry.
Exactly, that's how it's based on. In fact, as soon as she gets a job, her friend's like, you can't screw up. She's like, what do you mean? And there's lots of cussing. You can't screw up because you're a woman, and guys are allowed to screw up. Women aren't. You've got to stay.
I love it. I'm sold.
It's really. I'm about 30 minutes in. I'm like, okay, I think I like it, but I got to get through Paradise first. There you go. That's our little TV recap.
Hello, iHeart listener. We have a confession to make. Both iHeart and this commercial you're listening to right now would probably sound a heck of a lot better on the new Roku Pro Series TV. It's got side-firing speakers that fill your room with sound, Dolby Atmos audio that puts you right in the middle of the entertainment, and the ability to pair seamlessly with your home theater sound systems that already have surround sound and booming bass. If all that sounds too good to be true, it'll sound even better on the new Roku Pro Series. Your hearing isn't better, your TV is.
For some of us, personal finances aren't just personal. They include a lot more people than ourselves. Loved ones, neighbors, the communities we call home, and the causes we hold in our hearts. At Thrivent, we help plan your financial picture with the bigger picture in mind. Because even though our business is helping guide your finances, our ambition is to make it mean so much more. Thrivent, where money means more. Connect with us at Thrivent.com.
We've all done it. You see a headline but don't have time to read the whole story, or there's so much news you're not sure what is worth your time. I'm Colby Ickowitz, co-host of Post Reports, the weekday afternoon podcast from The Washington Post. Post Reports brings you what's relevant and revealing. Breaking stories, politics, wellness, culture. Each episode goes beyond a headline for the context you need. Find Post Reports now, wherever you're listening.